Welcome. My name is Wade Smith, Superintendent of Walla Walla Public Schools, and this is the March Pulse. It goes without saying with the recent tragic events that took place in Parkland, Florida, that really our hearts and our thoughts and prayers are with the school, the students, and the community of that school system. And again, we just empathize with what they're going through right now. But obviously, when tragic issues like that happen across our country, it makes us all reflect on what about our own community? What about our students in our school system? And I just want you to know from the superintendent to our public and our community that we're doing some amazing work here in Walla Walla Public Schools to ensure that our students and our staff and our community, while inside our schools, are as safe as possible. First and foremost, I'll address kind of how we respond to situations like this when things such as threats arise. And so I want our community to know that we take all threats seriously and respond immediately and accordingly when threats are received. In situations like that, we will often remove a student from a school setting to allow time for collaboration with local law enforcement, to perform risk assessments, to provide some maybe wraparound services that are needed to support that student, to ensure that they are not a risk to themselves or to the school environment. And in situations when there's ever legitimate threat, a safety hazard, or any time the disruption of the educational process occurs, trust that we will do our best to inform our parents and community as quickly as possible to let you know and keep you apprised of the situation to ensure that you are aware of the responses that we've had to ensure the safety of your students in our school system. There's really three pillars to our school safety plan, and that's prevention, response, and recovery. First and foremost is how do we prevent these sorts of tragic incidents from occurring on our campuses and across our school district? And there's many mechanisms we have put in place as a district to help prevent and deter these sorts of activities. First and foremost, it has to do with staff training and supporting both our administrative staff and our staff with boots on the ground to ensure, how do we respond, how do we identify potential hazards, and make sure that we report such hazards to local administration, local authorities. Further on that prevention mechanism is our great collaboration we have with both the Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office as well as our local Chief of Police. Again, amazing work with both of those entities as we train together, learn together, and practice and simulate together across our district campuses. And lastly, we look at how, as a facility, do we help prevent these sorts of occurrences. We've put in some amazing technology in recent years, increased access control, video surveillance. A lot has yet to be done across our campuses that has been identified by the Facilities Committee and included in some of the bond packages, things like enhanced security access and enhanced window coverings, enhanced prevention mechanisms to make sure that we, again, route visitors and patrons through a select number of open doors to try to better control our campus egress and ingress. In addition to other facility considerations, the board recently heard an amazing presentation, which is actually the 14th now independent survey the task force has commissioned, dealing with energy efficiency and improvement recommendations. A number of items have been identified for improvements. Again, I want to commend our facilities and maintenance staff for keeping a lot of our age systems up and running, but as was presented to the board, significant savings as we steward taxpayer dollars to get the most resources we can. Significant items were included, such as lighting upgrades, such as energy efficiency upgrades, not only to improve the energy utilization, but also the comfortability for students and staff alike as we deliver high quality instruction in an environment that's conducive to student learning. At a recent board work session, we also had an opportunity to really address some of the amazing things that are taking place with respect to teaching and learning across our campus. As the board can kind of develop the mid-year check-in, the progress monitoring of how we're doing towards achieving our 4 goals as a district. We looked at such things as attendance, as student behavior, looking at reading and math scores. Also addressed things such as 9th grade course failure rate, college accession rate, are we getting kids prepared and ready for college? And lastly, looking at things such as high school attainment and credit attainment. And I just want to thank our staff across the district who are working harder than ever. We're starting to see the fruits of the labor pay off. Students are achieving at higher and higher levels, and we're starting to see some real great efficacy take place as our board has invested and our staff have invested time and energy into achieving high outcomes for kids. So as I wrap up this March Pulse, I want to remind folks that the days are getting longer, the weather's getting a little bit better, we're seeing a lot of those spring activities taking place, so be careful out there on the street, keep an eye out for kids, and again, as my call out to parents and students and staff alike, making sure that you report any safety concerns immediately to the district office, your local authorities, to ensure our campuses remain and continue to remain a safe environment for all. Thanks and have a great day.